YouTube. Thanks for joining my channel. I really appreciate it. It's been kind of a long time coming. I've had my channel for, I want to say like 10 years now, and I mostly just uploaded like race videos and probably like some other miscellaneous videos. So I wanted to finally create some content, and hopefully you guys can enjoy the content that I'm creating. You know, I'm kind of introverted, so it's kind of hard for me to you know, talk on camera, but it's I kind of, you know, always wanted to do this. So let me just say thank you, you know, for all the support. And I just want to say, you know, if you really like, you know, enjoy this, just, you know, subscribe to my channel. I'll probably focus on doing some review and install review videos, and of course like uploading more race videos and stuff like that. And you know, this video is basically just an introduction about myself and my new project car. And yeah, so you know, I've been into cars for probably like over 10 years now. And you know, I wanted to just kind of, you know, document and just share my experiences with this car, and you know, and just go from there. You know, I think it should be fun. So this is my latest project car. It's a 2008 Ford Mustang GT, and it's got the, you know, the 4.6 3-valve. And you know, compared to like, you know the new Coyotes, it's not really that fast. I mean, it's like 300 at the crank. So it's not the slowest car I've ever had, but it's not the fastest car I've ever had either. I mean, I did have the Evo before this car, but you know, life happens. I had to sell the Evo, and you know, with my limited budget, I was trying to figure out like what can I get, and you know, this car came up, and you know, it's really no big deal. I mean, it has pretty much everything I would want in a car to, like, you know, get some seat time, some track time. That's pretty much my main focus. So it's got the 5-speed manual transmission. It's you know, a slick top. It was bone stock when I bought it, so that's good, because I didn't really want to buy like, you know, like somebody else's project car. You know, you might not know what, you know, how good they did a job on the installs and labor, and also like how much they beat up on it and stuff like that. So I wanted to find something that was, you know, bone stock, that was you know, in my price range. And this came up, and I plan on, you know, having it for, you know, maybe like 2-3 years, and you know, I could probably move on to a better platform. But in the meantime, so my focus is like, you know, seat time. I recently got back into autocross after like I think like a 4 or 5 year break. And so, you know, because autocross is like the cheapest way to, you know, get some seat time. And also I did my first autocross last month in this car, and also did track sprints for the first time at MSR Houston. And yeah, it was pretty fun. I was expecting this car to really oversteer all over the place, but I think with the minimal mods that I did, it actually gripped pretty well. I mean, it wasn't fast by any means, but at least it handled pretty good, and I felt pretty comfortable in it so far. So the first thing I did was change out the tires, because it had like all seasons, and it had the some Pirelli all seasons or something like that. I didn't really want to track in all seasons because I have done that before, and I've done autocross in all seasons like maybe like 2-3 times. It doesn't, and you can't grip at all in all seasons. So my first mod was tires, and I ended up going with the Kendas, the KR20 200 treadwear tires, and they're pretty popular for like drifting. I couldn't really find anything as far as like track reviews. It was just mostly like drifting and stuff like that, but I figured since it was like a 200 treadwear tire, I can you know, run these tires at autocross and some track days and see how well it will handle. And because of my, you know, my budget, and I wanted to keep it like low budget, you know, so the tires on the stock wheels, it came out to like $500 for the whole set, like brand new. I mean, that's awesome. And so I'm running the Kendas 245, 45, 17. And because the stock wheels are like 17/8, so I can't really fit like a wide tire on it. I heard people running like 255s on an 8-inch wheel, but that seems a little bit too excessive. So I was like, okay, well, let me just try 245s then. And also, I upgraded the shocks and the springs, and I found a pair of the front Coney yellows on Facebook Marketplace. I think it was like for like $100 or something like that. And I was like, dang, that's a good deal. So I picked them up, and then I bought the 2 rears on eBay, and they were like basically like new other like open box specials. So I basically got the whole set of the Coney yellows for like around $350 or something like that. So I saved a huge amount on you know, buying brand new, because I think brand new they're like $800, $900 a set. And so and then I thought about just running in stock class for autocross, but the factory ride height was like this. Like I could stick my head in the wheel gap, and the wheel gap was even more because of the profile of these Kendas. They're like 45 Pro, and the stock tires, they were like 55 Pro or something like that. It was like super thick. So once I put on the new tires, I had this huge gap, and so I was kind of embarrassed about the ride height. So I was like, okay, I really don't want to pair these Coney yellows with stock springs. So I was looking online to see, you know, what kind of springs I can get. And on this Mustang, there's like 100 different springs to choose from. So I was like, oh man. So I was looking on Facebook Marketplace again. So I was like, well, maybe I could just find a set of used springs. And so I got, actually, it's like I got brand new RTR lowering springs, and the guy I guess he was sitting on them for a while and he didn't want to install them. And so I got them for like $200. And so I paired it with the RTR springs, and I installed the springs and the shocks on my own. And yeah, the ride height actually isn't bad at all. And so I also bought a set of 20mm spacers just to give it more of a flush look, and also, you know, I guess to handle better or give me better stability. So I pretty much just had those mods on my first autocross, and then when I was doing the autocross, actually I was really surprised on how well it gripped. I didn't really lose control at all, but because of the mods, I had to be in Cam C, so I'm pretty much in the same class of like all other Mustangs, and it just so happens that all the other Mustangs were like the S550 Mustang, and so they all have like 400 something horsepower and much wider track, and probably a lot more mods than me. So I really just came in just to get a feel for the car and just have fun. And yeah, actually I felt pretty good. Mind you, it was like 5 years or so since I last autocrossed, and my first 2 runs I like DNF'd. I was like, oh my God, I suck. So on my 3rd run, I got an instructor, and from there, I got a clean lap, and then ended up a whole second faster on my last run. So I felt like I was getting faster every time, and the car felt great. And afterwards, I was like, okay, well, let me improve on some stuff. I never got an alignment after installing the shocks and the springs. And so when I tried to go get an alignment, they told me my tie rods were bad. And so I replaced the tie rods. And I noticed also when I lowered the car on the rear, I guess because of it's a live axle or something, and so the axle kind of shifted over to the passenger side. So it was like the wheel was sticking out, I want to say almost a 1/4 inch on one side than the other side. So I was like, oh man. So I had to get an adjustable panhard bar. So I bought the white line panhard bar, and I installed it, and then I did the adjustment. I was just kind of eyeballing it, and it's pretty much centered. It's probably just a little bit off, but it's not like a noticeable like you wouldn't be able to notice the little bit that it's off, just a little bit. And so I replaced that and the tie rods, and I got I finally got an alignment, but I need to get like the camber bolts to adjust the camber, because there's no camber adjustment on this car. So I have to get the camber bolts or the camber plates or both. But for now, I'm just going to get the camber bolts later on, and then add a little bit of camber. But they corrected the toe, which was pretty important to me, because I didn't want to have the the tires wear out too fast. And so my next event was MSR Houston, and I did the track sprints because it was a lot cheaper than doing the time trials, and I really don't have the budget to do time trials again. I really want to go back to ECR, MSR, Crescent, but I just don't have the budget for it. So I'll probably just, maybe later on I'll do that. But for now, it's like autocross and track sprints if I can find them, or the HPDE events, like the Track Night in America. I think they have it like in Harris Hill, and I think MSR Crescent sometimes, and it's less than $200, so that's really not too bad. So yeah. So afterwards, I installed the panhard bar, the tie rods, and also for power upgrades, I just did a muffler delete, and basically when I did the muffler delete, I was only like focused on like just weight savings, because the stock mufflers, they were like, I want to say like around 15 pounds each, and the muffler delete pipes were like 7 pounds each. So it was a pretty decent weight savings, and also it really like opened up the exhaust. I mean, I did a video earlier on a cold start and like a rev up, and it actually sounds pretty good. A lot of the Mustang enthusiasts say that the 3-valve sounds the best, and so far, yeah, it sounded really good. Like, I thought it was gonna be all raspy and stuff like that, but it actually had a really nice tone to it. And so I'm pretty much just running these mods right now, and I do have an autocross tomorrow. So I guess with the new alignment, maybe I'll do a little bit better. But I mean, I'm still going up against a bunch of S550 Mustangs, so we'll see how well I do. So, but my main focus is just getting seat time, and maybe just try to close the gap on people in my class. So later on in the year, I'll be doing some other upgrades. I'm gonna add a little bit more power with a tune and intake, and replace the H pipe with the X pipe, and some more suspension. Want to upgrade the sway bars, and get the strut bars front and rear, and upgrade the brakes, because I'm still running the factory brakes. And I noticed, I guess they had recently changed the pads on the previous owner. So they were like brand new pads, but when I was at MSR Houston, I think after a few laps, I kind of got the brake fade really bad, because I guess they're just like AutoZone pads, not really anything aggressive or anything like that. So I would definitely want to replace the brakes, and just slowly, like, just go up from there. So yeah, I think the next video will just be how I do at autocross. I plan on doing oh sorry about the technical difficulties. So my camera overheated. It was pretty hot in my garage. I was starting to sweat. So anyways, I just wanted to, thank everybody for the support. And, if you like the content, subscribe to it. I'll probably, my next autocross video, and I'll be uploading, other videos in the future. I'm gonna try to keep it like 1 or 2 a month schedule. So just kind of hopefully like it, and and yeah, definitely look forward to making some new videos, and yeah, definitely looking forward to it, and just having fun in my my Mustang. I know it's not really a great platform, but it's perfect for me because it's a budget car. There's a ton of aftermarket support. It's pretty easy to work on. There's a bunch of DIY videos, and it's pretty popular as far as like parts, modding. Also, there's quite a few people that track in Mustangs other than just drag racing. So it's really not that bad of a car if you think about it. So I should have pretty good fun in it. And yeah, so thank you again, and I'll see you next time.